Hey guys, last week I was in Disney World. The good old days. Now I know we might not all be able to or wanting to travel right now, so I thought we could all live vicariously through me with a haul video this week. Castle not included. Guys, I really do want a castle. That Lego version is very tempting. Someday, my castle will come. So let's get started because I've got some things. And I'm gonna start with what I'm wearing. I got a Pizza Planet shirt. I do love pizza. It says delivery service available on the top. Let me stand up. And across the bottom, it says serving your local star cluster. I love it. It is super soft. So to go along with my shirt and get the full Pizza Planet experience, I got this cup. When you went to Woody's Lunchbox, you had the option to add this cup along with any sort of drink that you purchased. I'm a sucker for those kinds of things. So I got this one and it has a little alien on the bottom and a claw, and it says, ooh, the claw. And it also lights up in 3 different settings. Let's just stay in the same line as Drinkware, shall we? While we were there, the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival was going on, and this wasn't really a planned purchase. It turned out to be a great purchase anyway. That was this orange bird. Now, the stand that had this, you got an orange lemon smoothie. And I was a little apprehensive about that, but it was delicious, let me tell you. And this little guy holds a ton. He also kind of weighs a ton, but we won't talk about that. What I love most about this, other than his cute little face, is that this forced me to research the history of the orange bird. I knew of the orange bird, but not that much about his background. He was a character that came along with the sponsor of the Enchanted Tiki Room. If you don't know his story, please look it up. It is very cute. So I'm happy this little guy flew home with me. My last drink vessel was also purchased in Hollywood Studios, and I think you know what I'm gonna say. It was the Detonators. I got the Diet Coke for me, and I brought home a Coca-Cola one for my husband, Justice. We had a little lid snafu at the park, and I actually went back and they willingly gave me another one. They couldn't switch them because I touched it and, you know, germs, but they did replace it, which I'm very grateful for. So now I do still need the Sprite one, but you know, it's always good to leave something for next time. Yes, I did try the blue and the green milk. I prefer the blue. So those are my drinks, but let's go over my ears. Yes, I did say ears. There is more than one pair. Now this first pair I didn't actually buy in the parks, but I loved them, so I thought I'd mention them. I got them from Amazon. I knew there were some Yoda ears in the parks, but they looked a little weird to me. And these were just more playful and kind of more what I was going for my outfit for the day that we went to Hollywood Studios. Also, these were like $5 on Amazon. They kind of go with the Pizza Planet shirt too. That was my first pair of ears. And then I purchased this pair of ears. I think these are called Cornflower Silk or Cornflower Blue. Could be wrong about that. But they are gorgeous, those sequins, and this is like a velvet. And this is the other pair of ears I purchased, and these are dark hunter green. The sequins are on the ears themselves, and this is more of a metallic bow. I thought these were very pretty. My husband's favorite color is green, and I also thought that it would be good to have and wear to Animal Kingdom, which is what I did. Lots of new ears to add to my collection. I still would love the red sequin ears and the purple potion ears. I just didn't pull the trigger on them when they came out, and I kind of regret it, not gonna lie. I did mention Animal Kingdom, so I will mention kind of an activity. It didn't cost me anything yet. When I was in Animal Kingdom, a friend of mine that was in the group I was in and I went around and we collected all the Wilderness Explorer badges, and we became Senior Wilderness Explorers. Caw, roar. You know, I could do that better, but the pressure was on, you know, because the camera and everything. I have all these patches. There's like 30 in all. I think my favorite one is a little pink dinosaur, but I'm not gonna go through them right now. Oops, dropped one. The one I dropped was the pink dinosaur. So there's the pink dinosaur and a little fossil. I highly recommend this activity for anyone going to Animal Kingdom. The rides are fantastic with Expedition Everest and Pandora and things. But I find if I'm there all day, I might not have enough to do, especially since some things were closed down. I'm looking at you, Festival of the Lion King. So I found this a really fun way to spend the day because at each of the badge stations, they tell you something about an animal or a plant or something indigenous to the area that you're in Animal Kingdom. And what I'm gonna do with these badges is I'm gonna make a little display and I'm gonna do the same for my friends' badges. If that sounds like something you'd like to see or see the result of, leave a comment below. I'm just gonna pull from the bag of dreams. I think I'm gonna stop trying to go in some reasonable order. I wanted something to commemorate Splash Mountain. My family does have a frame from the original time that we rode it, my first time at Walt Disney World. I think it was the first ride we rode too, and I discovered that one of the feet was missing off of Briar Rabbit. Someone got all the luck, I guess. But I knew I wanted something from the ride, and they really don't have Splash Mountain merchandise right now, which is understandable. It's about to be rethemed. But my friend helped me and I got a pressed penny, and it's probably not gonna show up. It has Mickey and Minnie and it says Splash Mountain and they're like splashing each other. Now this next thing is something that I got to maybe go with my castle someday if I ever do get that Lego castle. And even if I don't, it's going to go with my Run Disney stuff because it reminds me of Run Disney, even though it's not official Run Disney merch. And that is the transport bus. It's like a little Hot Wheel. It just reminds me of all those race mornings and, you know, I was feeling nostalgic. So I picked this up. It has Mickey driving in one side and we have Goofy hanging out in the back of the bus. I just get all the race morning feels when I look at this because we all know that the race actually starts with the bus. Let's look at some pins next. I had never started out being a big pin collector, but recently I've been getting more into it. So I have a display and I can do another video updating that display after this. Again, if y'all want, leave a comment. What I did was I kind of retro dated what I've done with the past just to make that display a little bit more cohesive. So what I mean by that is I want a pin from all the resorts I've stayed at. I was missing a resort pin and I was missing a couple pins. So what I got this trip was more to complete that collection. And so going forward, I can just pick up ones as I stay at different places. I stayed at Shades of Green. It is a Disney resort, but it's the military resort. You do run by it actually, or at least by the golf course portion of it when you are running a Run Disney race. Shades of Green, I don't know if they used to in the past, but they did not have a pin. But what they did have was a coin. And so what I'm going to do is DIY the coin into a pin. You can just see the front, which is the Shades of Green logo. Now with my other pins, I picked all of these up in Disney Springs. These are what I'm calling the retro pins. Along the same resort lines, my husband and I stayed in the Coronado Springs Resort on our honeymoon. I didn't have a pin for that, and I'm so excited to add this to my collection. It does not have a year on it, which is good. Next, I wanted to commemorate the cruises that I've been on with Disney. I don't have any of the cruise pins. I've been on 2 cruises and ran the Castaway Cay 5K both times. I did get a Castaway Cay pin at Disney Springs, and I think it is just really cute. It doesn't say 5K on that, but it has the ship, it has the island, it has the classic signs that say Monstro Point and Serenity Bay. Really all it's missing is something that says 5K, but I'm perfectly okay with it. So my next 2 pins are for the actual cruise ships that I went on. They had in this collection ones that more matched each other in color. And I kind of stood at the wall of pins and was like, part of me kind of really wants them to match in color since it's kind of like a series or a set. But I was like, I'm gonna go for the best pins. The first ship that I went on was on my honeymoon again. It was the Dream. And so I picked up this pin and I loved it because it has some dangling elements. It has Sorcerer Mickey hanging from the ship. He is instructing the brooms to paint the logo. The second ship I went on was for my 3rd wedding anniversary, and I went with my husband's family. It was kind of like our Christmas cruise, our Christmas trip, which this also happened around Christmas. So I love spending Christmas on the ship, I guess. The boat I went on that time was called the Disney Wonder. Again, it has the ship's logo, and it has Donald with his nephew cutting the string as he's trying to paint, and he is not happy about it. There they are side by side. You can tell that the Dream is a lighter blue. I do have a caveat of sorts. While I was in Disney Springs getting these pins, I was looking for another very special pin. And I looked in every single park that I went to and I could not find it, and I was really sad. But while I was still there, I went online and I was able to find this pin, and that is a pin from the Artfully Evil collection. If you don't know, I was in a local theater's production of this particular show, and part of the group that I went with on this Disney trip was also a part of that show, and that was Beauty and the Beast. And the character I played in that show was a silly girl, or what some people call a bimbette. And those are basically just Gaston's hangers-on. You just don't see very many pins of them. So I've got to show you this pin. You have Gaston posing on the village well, and then you have the bimbettes surrounding him. Their names are like Laurette, Claudette, and Paulette. They're all just kind of fawning over him. I want to say that I was the green one. Our dresses didn't exactly match these colors, but I was always the one that was like laying by his chair in his tavern. Little fun fact about the bimbettes is their hair is modeled after different Disney princesses. So this green one has Ariel's hair in blonde. This one has Belle's hair in blonde, and this one has Jasmine's hair in blonde. Ariel is my favorite princess, so maybe more proof that I'm the green one. Another lovely part of this pin is that it's surrounded in a frame of antlers, because you know my man uses antlers in all of his decorating, so it's only right that his pin has antlers on it. We had the Wilderness Explorer activity in Animal Kingdom. There is also another activity in Epcot. Basically what it was, as you went to each country in the World Showcase, you got a sticker. Once you got all your stickers, you got a special surprise. Here's one that I pulled out. It's from the United Kingdom, because you know how I love London. So you have a little sticker. Once you collected all the stickers from all the World Showcase, you got this postcard that said, "I traveled the World Showcase at Epcot." The thing I liked most about this wasn't the stickers, wasn't the postcard, it was the back of these cards, because look at it. It's a little coloring sheet. Each country had a different scene. So another thing I would recommend, if you're trying to take it easy or you have someone that doesn't want to ride a particular ride, they can do that activity instead. Since we're talking about Epcot and the World Showcase, I did pick up something when I traveled to Japan, and that is some Hello Panda. I love Hello Panda. This is a big box for me. I got it in chocolate. They did have another flavor, I think, though. I'm really excited to eat these now that I've shown you. I was good. I did not crack into this box yet. Last but certainly not least was actually my last purchase of the trip. Right now in the Disney parks, they have the cats and dogs collection. I love both cats and dogs. I grew up with dogs, and currently I have 3 cats in my house, so big animal lover. And dun dun dun, it is a Disney Cats shirt. Now, like I said, I'm a cats and dogs lover, but the only item that I saw with both the cats and dogs on it was a pair of lounge pants. I did almost come home with them, but they were in kind of a skin tone color that wasn't my favorite. Plus, I like to try pants on, and you can't really do that nowadays. So I decided to stick with my kitties, and I got this cat shirt. And it just has all the different cats on it. So it has Lucifer, Figaro, my boy Oliver, oh, the cat from The Princess and the Frog, and he's upside down like he's hanging on the ceiling, poor kitty. I just love it so much. This is insanely soft. It's funny because I started on a shirt and I ended on a shirt. I love how things work out. Well, that's it. I really held back, didn't I? All kidding aside, I really did have a wonderful time in the world of Disney, even if it looked a bit different this time. For example, a lot of the souvenirs that I would typically buy were in shops that were not open. It's okay though. I obviously found more. I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, please like, comment with your favorite item, subscribe, and ring the bell 2 times for notifications. Bye guys, see you real soon.